Hello, everybody. This is Ana Bejarano, and I was part of Team 5 with Danipsa Rodriguez Garcia, Elizabeth Torres, and Natalia Ñañez. We were assigned Francis Scott Key Elementary, and this is our PowerPoint. The program. So a little background history on our elementary school. The school was named after the author of our country's Star-Spangled Banner. We believe this is an important school because it was one of the first academic institutions to implement a two-way immersion program in 1986. The classroom dynamics are composed of native English and native Spanish speakers. Francis Scott Key Elementary is located in Arlington, Virginia. It is part of the Arlington Public School System, and they have successfully implemented dual language education through high school. Since there has been high enrollment there and a great amount of success, district officials have talked about relocating the school to broaden access to the program. Biliteracy model. The term biliteracy describes children's literate competencies in two languages, to whatever degree, developed either simultaneously or successively. The main focus is to biliteracy model. The term biliteracy describes children's literate competencies in two languages, to whatever degree, developed either simultaneously or successfully. The main focus is on several recent theoretical perspectives on biliteracy and their relevance for the development of a bilingual pedagogy. Biliteracy is the ability to read and write proficiency in two languages. Biliteracy model. The term biliteracy describes children's literate competencies in two languages, to whatever degree, developed either simultaneously or successively. The main focus is on several recent theoretical perspectives on biliteracy and their relevance for the development of a bilingual pedagogy. Biliteracy is the ability to read and write proficiently in two languages. A biliterate is a person who is proficient in two different languages. In Francis Scott Key Elementary, core subjects are taught in English and Spanish, promoting biliteracy and bilingualism. This school has strong growth between language domains, all with maintaining all state requirements and curriculum. For 5th grade elementary school students, the goal is to reach the intermediate low range of proficiency based on the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages Performance Guidelines. To the right side, here we have a visual of what it shows to be biliterate. It is an image from APS Dual Language Immersion website. Inside the classrooms. In Francis Scott Key Elementary, their immersion program is pretty neat. The model is evenly divided by language subjects, and inside the classrooms. In Francis Scott Key Elementary, their immersion program is pretty neat. Their core subjects are divided by language. So students spend a portion of their day in Spanish language classrooms learning math, Spanish reading and writing, science, music, or art. And the other half is in English, which is English reading and writing and a varied subjects in English. The model is evenly divided by language subjects, ELL and non-ELL classmates, and 2 native or near speaking teachers to the target language, English and Spanish. Connection to guided principles. So in this portion, we're going to talk about community and family and how important it is for the school to have that support from their community and their family. A couple examples that we read was office staff greeting in Spanish, celebration of diverse cultures, and collaborations with families. We also read a really neat article from the Washington Post that helps with the success of an immersion school, and they said it brings awareness to other important factors in language learning, such as race, class, and the purpose of this bilingual education. Throughout our learning of immersion and language development and bilingual education, we have learned that it is so important that people understand the importance of a bilingual education and What is the real purpose of it? An example from Francis Scott Key Elementary is the school district was trying to relocate the school. However, parents in the community came together to oppose any changes being made to the school. So that even goes to show as a community how strong they were to make an impact to not relocate the school. A quote we definitely wanted to include in our presentation says, "Parents at Key Elementary view the school as a bedrock for the nearby Hispanic community, which has clung to the school even as the neighborhood gentrified." And it's quoted by Trung in 2019. It is definitely very important for students to be able to go to a school where they can express who they are in the language that they choose to. Language is more than a skill. It is part of someone's identity, and it should not be forced to be forgotten. Students should not have to go to a school and lose who they are just to gain the acceptance of their society. On the contrary, they should be able to promote who they are and in whatever language they feel they are more comfortable with. The school district was creating feelings of mistrust and discrimination. If this bilingual program was done away with, then students would be left with a deficit. Some amazing resources, and the main one that all immersion schools have is a federal mandate made it a requirement for providing language instruction to English language learners. Also, some other amazing resources is the school websites also offer different resources for parents, students, and teachers. Resources can be found in English or in Spanish, and such ideas for activities to do with their children over the breaks, a checklist for parents on questions they should ask during parent-teacher conference, homework tips, etc. And we provided the website for Scott Key Elementary. Changes in demographics. I think the most shocking change with the school was in 1990 to the 2000. The school saw a drastic change in the student population in which Hispanics grew 52.7%. In 1986, the school created a partial dual language program. Then 1995, the school was now a bilingual school. Then 4 years later, the school passed state standardized testing. The principal stated that it was an eye-opener that the kids learning 2 languages could be successful. Here are our references: Arlington Public Schools, Francis Scott Key Elementary School, About Us, published in 2019, Dual Language Immersion Program, and Trong Devi from published in March 3rd, 2019. A fight over moving a bilingual school stirs questions of race and class. The Washington Post, retrieved from, and the link below. Thank y'all so much.